everybody and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video. In today's video we will be doing round number 7 of 17 at Baku. Race targets, 8th on grid. Yikes, this could be a struggle. We'll go with 5th or 6th because that's as low as it will let us go. Damn.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular Baku city circuit will take drivers right through the city streets, from the narrow roads of the old town to the wide highway alongside the Caspian Sea, where cars will be fighting wheel to wheel this weekend. Lewis Hamilton marked the previous race with yet another win and proved that he still has the tenacity to succeed in this sport. Now let's crack on with the weekend.
So that is FP1 complete, and the final order was Antonelli, Norris, Piastri, Tsunoda, Sargent, Bray, Russell, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Bottas, Lawson, Hadjar, Stroll, Suzuka, Alonso, Bortoleto, Perez, Hamilton, Gonzalez, Gasly, Hulkenberg and Bedrin. Yeah, let's head into FP2. So that is the end of FP2 and the final results are as follows. Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Russell, Antonelli, Behrman and Sargent. So Red Bull look quick, Mercedes look quick, Ferrari look quick, McLaren look quick. So that's what, 4 teams? Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, plus us, that's 5 teams. So we could be fighting for the bottom end of the points if we're the slowest of those 5 teams. And that is a red flag in the end of practice 3. Luckily we got everything we needed to done. I was just going to go out and set some quali pace laps, but never mind. It was Norris, Albon, Verstappen, Alonso, Behrman, Ricciardo, Sargent, Piastri, Stroll, and Leclerc where you're ending FP3. I don't know how that happened, but we'll have to find out. Let's head in to qualifying. Both drivers on 100% confidence.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Drivers will have to be at the top of their game here in Baku, as mistakes can prove costly on a street circuit like this. But having tackled the twisting turns, the long main straight awaits, providing a fantastic opportunity for the slipstream.
Karun, there's Yuki Tsunoda. How would you describe things for him at the moment?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
So starting our first flying lap in Q1 with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Lewis is annoyingly going to get some traffic, which I'm hoping doesn't ruin his thing. I might stop showing Q1 in these videos, just because I don't feel like they're relevant, like it's relevant. There's one car getting out of the way very nicely, the next one needs to get out of the way. It's a 35.5 for Lewis Hamilton in the first sector, and for George Russell it's a 35.3, so Hamilton get held up a little bit with some dirty air there. George may be getting some now with an Aston Martin somewhere. I don't know why George's car sounds like it's electric. Oh, Bortoletto's crashed somewhere. What's Bortoletto gone and done? Locks up straight into the barrier. That's a solid crunch. And yeah, Hamilton's coming up towards the line. What will it be? 42.6. We're better than that. We know that for sure. I want to see a 46.2 here, ideally. There we go. 46.2. That's much better.
Understood.
So that is the end of Q1 and the final results were Verstappen, Behrman, Russell, Piastri, Albon, Hamilton, Leclerc, Alonso, Bottas, Gasly, Antonelli, Norris, Sonoda, who has a penalty, Sargent, Hajar, Stroll, and knocked out was Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Liam Lawson, Ocon, Hulkenberg, and Gabriel Bortoletto. So on board with George Russell then, starting our first flying lap in Q2, and hopefully the only flying lap in Q2. Yeah, coming down towards the first sector. George Russell's got some dirty air for this lap, or slipstream, depending on what way you look at it. Both of them managed to get through turn 1. Every corner is like a possible crash zone around this track. I have a feeling one of them might DNF here. Was Baku on the calendar last season? Or any of the seasons? I don't know. Should we check? Yeah, George has gone quicker than Lewis in sector 1. Let me change YouTube accounts real quick. And let's go through the videos. Baku, yeah. Baku was on the calendar last season. So Baku has always been a permanent fixture then. It's probably just been moved further up the season. But yeah, coming down towards the line. What is it going to be? George has gained significantly to Lewis this lap. George has done a 41.3, Lewis done a 42.3, so that's not even a bad lap from Lewis. So, Q2 is over, and the final results are Russell, Verstappen, Piastri, Hamilton, Behrman, Alonso, Sargent, Leclerc, Albon, and Tsunoda, and knocked out is Gasly, Antonelli, Bottas, Hajar, Norris is a big shock, and Stroll out as well.
Tyres are in good shape.
So starting our first flying lap in Q3. On this, I'm going to go born softs with Lewis, and then a fresh soft, whereas George I'm going to go for 2 fresh softs. So I want Lewis to have 2 sets for the race, because Lewis isn't very good at qualifying anyway. So I say that I did take the first 2 pole positions of the season, but I want Lewis to have a better strategy for tomorrow's race. Yeah, coming around the end of the first sector, it's 35.3 for Lewis, and it's 35.3 for George, so they're very, very closely matched. Lewis's worn tyres probably not doing much bad for him in the first sector, but we've both been beaten to purples by the Williams? No, surely not. Probably the Ferrari. I'd say the Ferrari who's getting held up now anyway. 40.7 for Lewis, 40.6 for George, so that's a 10th. That's definitely probably the tyres. So yeah, it will be interesting to see on the last lap who it will be. We've got to remember to go out at 2 minutes 45. Hamilton goes up to P1 with a 42.3, that's not a bad lap. Russell does a 42.1, 2.5. So starting our last flying lap in Q3 with George Russell. He is the one that is only 2/10 off pole. This is 4/10 off pole. Ahead of the Ferraris on scrubs, so I'll give him that. Yeah, this is going to be the interesting one. What sort of pace can we give on this lap, and how far can the leaders take it away? We are the last person to cross the lines. It's going to be Piastri going first. He doesn't improve. Then it's going to be a Ferrari who doesn't improve by the looks of it. Then a Williams. Then it's going to be the 2 Red Bulls. That'll be interesting. Russell's done a 35.2 and he's improving. Behrman has beaten Russell by a couple of hundredths. It's important we do this. Lewis done a 32.86. So Lewis is just behind Russell's best sector. So that means Lewis has probably beaten George's lap. So it could be 2nd and 3rd here in this session, which I wouldn't be disappointed with. It's 40.5 for George in the middle sector. And for Lewis it's 40.5 as well. So let's not get blocked by this Ferrari, please. Nice. Up towards the line. What is it going to be? Goes P2 a 10.5 off. What's Lewis going to do? Goes P3 300ths off Behrman. Goes P4 300ths off Behrman. I'll take that. So the final Q3 results were Verstappen, Russell, Behrman, Hamilton, Piastri, Leclerc, Alonso, Albon, Sargent, and Tsunoda. Let's head in to race day.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku City Circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. Tension continues to build here as race day begins. The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And here's George Russell settling in for the race.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
So
and
first
away we
and
go.
second on the softs. No, first and second on the medium, third and fourth on the softs. That's interesting. It's lights out and away we go. And Russell looks to have got a better start than Verstappen. Russell up to the race lead. Lewis Hamilton's lost a place to a McLaren because Lewis Hamilton just doesn't start well. Let's go for it. It's a safety car on lap one. It's a safety car on lap one. Of course it is. Kind of race. It's Bottas and Norris. Bottas and Norris fighting down to turn 6. Is that all? And a safety car's not come in yet. Safety car's come in. And George goes now. He's got a decent jump. Lewis isn't any closer to the McLarens, unfortunately. He doesn't really shape for a move. Neither do the Ferraris behind him. George, I'm going to try and get to bolt. Really want George to sort of bolt off and escape. It's this McLaren or someone here. Or both. If Lewis gets past that Red Bull, I'm happy. Lewis does get past the Red Bull. No, because he's constantly letting him have some space. There we go. Lewis is DRS. Hamilton in front of Piastri. There we go. Russell is now up into P2, P1, P2. What's he doing? P1 for George Russell by Verstappen. What's Verstappen doing now, actually? So we'll be able to tell the strat. We'll be able to tell the strat from now, surely. His tyre wear's worse than Russell, so Verstappen's going aggressive. Verstappen's past Russell. Behrman is not quite past Hamilton. Russell tries to get the race lead back. Behrman can't get Hamilton. Russell can get Verstappen though. Yeah, 24-23. So if Hamilton can get LP12, that would be good. Both of our cars have been overtaken. And Russell goes for Verstappen and can't quite get it. Lewis gets it on Behrman.
There's
The
a
yellow flag.
Car is off.
Norris has crashed.
Here's the replay.
Let's have a
Now
replay.
the focus is on Lando Norris here. Oh, and there wasn't a lot that could be done to
Oh
avoid
dear, he's got
crashing into the
probably
barrier.
some major front wing damage. Russell keeps it on Verstappen. Hamilton gets it on Behrman. Fault.
Yeah, what the f was that? No power out of the last 2 corners.
Oh, Verstappen. Oh, apparently it involves Logan Sargent against his former team. Down the inside, Albon goes, and that's just clumsy from him. Yeah, Hamilton's going to come into the pits on the same lap as Verstappen. Okay, let's hope he gets held for us, actually. On to softs? No. If that was the player team, you could guarantee that he'd have been held. But yeah, 2.2, I think they've both come in to cover off Behrman. And we've even managed to cover off Piastri. Oh, never mind. Nah, surely both of you aren't going to... Really? Both of you sat behind... Oh, no. Hamilton gets Verstappen. Now, if Hamilton gets... Yeah. Run. Hamilton gets Alonso. Hamilton, stop giving him space all the time. Will come George Russell on lap 25. And Verstappen's got a mechanical issue as well, which we've seemed to have forgotten. So that will play into this. Hamilton sets fast lap with a 1:48.1. He's also got a bit of fuel to spare. There goes Verstappen. Piastri's nowhere to be seen. Happy days. Russell and Verstappen fighting for P2. Sorry I haven't been able to capture this. Russell now 5 seconds off the lead, which would mean it's 14 seconds. Straight out. In comes Lewis Hamilton to the pit lane. Russell goes past. Verstappen comes into pits on the same lap and holds Hamilton for about half a second to a second, I want to say. Yep, 2.3 seconds stop, and Hamilton comes out in P3. Gonna need to have a bit of better racecraft to win this race. There we go, Lewis. ERS, DRS, up into the race lead, and off he goes. Now in front of Piastri. Verstappen's issue has turned terminal. And Max Verstappen is going to head to the pits. And he's going to retire the car. Max Verstappen is out of the Baku Grand Prix, and that's crucial for our championship because today he is currently getting no points, which means he'll be on 103 and we'll be on 144 and 137 after this. But which way round is that going to happen? Virtual safety car has been called out. Double Red Bull DNF. Ollie Behrman in P6. Straight into the wall. The VSC is over. Why has Lewis lost 3 seconds on that VSC? Oh, there we go. There he goes, clawing it back now. Yeah, there we go. Hamilton's going to run out of VRS. It's green second for George.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Green second for Lewis, but George Russell is going to come up towards the line to get his third win of the season and extend his championship lead. Gets P1 with the one-stop strategy. Lewis 11.2 off with the one-stop, shafted by the safety car really. Did actually lose some time on that last lap. We didn't get past this lap. Yeah, Lewis got some traffic, which might have been why he didn't gain too much, because the traffic George had, Lewis then got. It's going to be Piastri P3
Thank you guys so
and
much.
Antonelli P4.
Well managed. Into the pit lane.
We're a minute clear of everybody from 7th down.
Have to say, George Russell looked excellent out there.
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right, the driver included, of course.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. And right now, it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
There's further delight for the team as they get to see both drivers up there together.
And before they get back to work, I think it's time to cool off here in Azerbaijan. Well, Kareem, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
Well, everybody, that's all from us here in Baku.
Now the teams will be looking ahead to Imola, where the season progresses with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Get ready for some fierce competition.
So the race results were Russell, Hamilton, Piastri, Antonelli, Alonso, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Sargent and Gasly were your top 10. So in the Drivers' Championship, Piastri overtakes Behrman, Antonelli overtakes Norris, and in the Constructors, McLaren gain on Red Bull, and we massively pull away in the Constructors. In the Pit Stop Championship, we don't gain anything. Ferrari done a 1.9 and they gained 25 points, which actually puts Ferrari in front of us. Yeah, our pit stops are a little bit woeful today. We get 1 million because, you know, that was meant to be a 5th and 6th race, or a 7th and 8th race according to the car diagram, but we turned it into a 1st and 2nd. GP's gone up to 92 rating, which is nice to see.